Hello, my film lovers. My question today is how can I access knowledge? How can we human beings access a screw with a screwdriver? How can we human beings hammer a nail with a hammer? How can we human beings cut something with something really sharp? I cannot expect to cut something with a screwdriver or nail something with my measuring tape or take off a screw with my hammer. No, each tool has a different purpose. Then what is the tool for getting knowledge? What is the tool for me to get to know something? Okay, this is the idea of this video. What is the tool for me to access knowledge? We human beings have 4 different tools to access knowledge. First one, perception. Second, memory. Third, imagination. Fourth, intelligence. First, perception. Perception, what it does is that puts us in touch with reality. For example, I've got a box of caramel cookies, in Spanish, alfajores. Really tasty here in Colombia, in Medellin. Okay, so what is my perception going to do? My perception is going to tell me that it smells really good, that it has a brownish color with a little bit of white here, it might be powdered sugar, that it tastes really good. Okay, that is my perception. This is what I perceive from this caramel cookie. This is awesome. All right, it's a great Colombian experience. Oh my goodness, I cannot resist. So perception helps me create an image in my brain, helps me create a unitary image that is color, taste, smell, shape, and then this is where memory comes. Memory helps me remember what I actually just tasted, what this beauty tastes like, okay? This alfajor tastes like, okay? My memory helps me remember what this alfajor is all about. Memory helps me to retain what I just experienced. Because if I, for example, would not have any memory, then after 2 seconds, someone might ask me, hey, do you want an alfajor? Do you want a caramel cookie? And I would be like, I don't know what it is. Let's try that. Even though you have already tried it. Okay? Your memory tells you, hey, that is really good. You gotta eat it again and again and again. Thanks to memory, memory allows us to retain things, to remember the past, allows us to learn, and allows us to grow as humans, as individuals. Because in our daily lives, we are carrying our past of experiences, full of experiences, our past full of different tastes, smells, shapes, and colors. Third, imagination. Imagination is in charge of producing new images, okay? Modifying those who we have in our memory. For example, I can imagine a huge alfajor, a huge caramel cookie with a 5-meter diameter. Okay, and I would be like, wow, I would love to taste that alfajor, that caramel cookie, because it's so good. It definitely, a 5 diameter alfajor does not exist, but I can imagine it, okay? This is my imagination just coming through. This is my imagination acting upon this little tiny caramel cookie that is actually extremely tasty. Another image that we have, for example, a really known image is a unicorn. Okay, what is really a unicorn? A unicorn is a horse with a horn. You already know what a horse is and you already know what a horn is. Then you put them together and you have a unicorn. Okay, it is difficult, very difficult for us humans, I would say impossible, to create something brand new. Like a unicorn, yes, of course it is something new, but it's something that comes from 2 different sources, from the source of a horse and the source of something with a horn, okay? You put them together, okay? You are original in a sense because you are creating something new, but out of something that is not really new. Fourth, intelligence. It is the ability to think, to assimilate, to process knowledge, to process the information so as to be able to solve problems. The etymology of intelligence is interlectio, to read, lectio, between lines in a sense. That means to be able to choose between different aspects of our lives, to be able to choose to be able to choose the best option among many different options. So intelligence is the ability to be able to choose the best option among many different possibilities that we have in front of us when facing a certain problem or a certain situation. These four elements work together. And that is why sometimes when you smell something really particular or when you hear a noise, it might pull you back in time to when you were, 3, 4 years old, when you had many different experiences. But that aroma, that smell, that taste, for example, or that something that you have experienced now in the present can bring you back all the way to your childhood. How do they work together? Because you are perceiving that smell, you have it retained in your memory. That is why you are remembering it. You are imagining too, because you might be imagining, hey, what would happen if I would go back right now to my childhood and live again the experiences that I lived when I was small. And my intelligence tells me, hey, Juan, you don't have time right now to imagine those things. You don't have time right now to imagine those things. Get to work! So, as I said, as we have tools at home to nail something on the wall, or to glue something, or to measure something, the same way we have tools to get to know something, to access knowledge.